Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Thanks, Nick, for the virtual hug. Always appreciated. Scott, thanks for coming. I don't think we're going to get a bunch of people. I wasn't planning on there being a bunch, and wasn't planning on a real long live stream. Just to say happy Songkran to everybody. And thanks for putting all the links up, Scott. Traveler, how you doing? And I think that's it. I don't think we're going to get a bunch. Now, as most of you probably know, it's Thai New Year. At least here in Surin, it's today, the 13th through the 15th. The kids got on the bus last night at 10 o'clock p.m. and they just got here 20 minutes ago. My wife went and picked them up. So they had a rather long trip. Why they decided to travel that first day of Songkran, excuse me, I do not know. But they made it. They're happy to be here. They're still awake. So I didn't really get a chance to see them that much. I will after the live stream. Hey, Paul, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Hey, Mitch, how are you, my brother? And yeah, so that's it. And in case, now I got my wife, I don't know if they give gifts on New Year's, but I do. But my wife got me, okay, if you know somebody that's the laziest person in the world, which I am, this is a coffee cup. That isn't the reason that I'm showing it to you. It's because this self-stirring mug, what is that? Let's see if I can do this without. It stirs your creamer and coffee. So I'm digging it, man. I got it. She gave it to me yesterday. Hey, Tommy, how you doing? Hey, Ralph, how are you doing? So if the people that missed that, they don't know what it. And I think she just bought it off of Shopee or something. But she bought one for her dad. Also, it's a human-sized mug, and it does that. So I thought it was cool. I don't need the spoon. I still have to measure in there, but I don't have to stir it anymore. So it saves me all that time and energy. Anyway, hey, Bill. Glad you could make it. Happy Songkran to everybody. I don't know if anybody's going out. I'd be interested to hear. I thought maybe, I'm thinking to myself, maybe James or some people would go out and do live streams, and maybe they will during the Songkran time, but I forgot, unless my camera though, my 8, and I think all the new iPhones are waterproof down to whatever meters or whatever, but I guess you'd have to worry about getting your camera if you have a nice camera. So I don't know. We'll see whoever goes out. But like I said, wasn't planning on doing a super long deal here. Just wanted to say that to everybody and see what's going on. Hey, Mark, thanks for coming. I think I said hi to Ralph. We celebrated our 44 wedding anniversary on the 7th, so started sipping scotch early tonight. Not sure how long I could hang. Well, congratulations, Traveler 44, man. It's a good year. Hopefully there's 44 more. Is that? Or that's probably way out there, right? But let's see. And did I catch that? And I didn't see Bobby. There's Bobby. And I think we're getting together. I think we're getting together this weekend. I did notice. I just watched a video that you did with Tom, giving me crap about eating. You were eating Mexican food. Going, I hope Dave's watching. Look at this bitchin' food and shit. That was pretty. That wasn't very nice, Bobby. Looked good too. I forget the name. Taco something or other. It was the last time. I believe it was the last time you were here, or was it on the way through? I don't know. But all of a sudden it popped up. How I miss stuff, I don't know. Like I said, YouTube has a mind of its own on crap, you know. And everybody's saying hi to each other, and that's it. I don't, like I said, I don't really. Hey, gorgeous, how you doing? Morning. All under the weather today, having trouble sleeping at the moment. I would imagine you. Are you meeting up with Tom as he comes through, or did you already? I know that I think you guys were going to, or maybe after he comes through here. I don't know exactly. But yeah, bummer, right? Yeah, sleep. It's never been one of my great deals between sleep apnea and everything else that I have. I don't know. Maybe I sleep 5 hours a night on and off, waking up 10, 15, 20 times. It sucks. But I know your reasons are different. Hey, Daz, how you doing? Good morning to you. I don't know if we're going out or not. If I'm inside the cab of the truck and we do drive around the village, I probably will take I will take some video. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm imagining unless they slept on the bus, because what is that? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7, 9 hours on that 9 hours on that bus. So I guess they hit quite a bit of traffic coming across. Hey, big guy 45s, how are you? Happy Songkran. Yeah. So I didn't have even anything on my mind planned. I know that I did want to get, and I want to do that one, and I'll probably do it on the after Songkran. I want to put together. I got to do some digging and stuff. That was on that 10-year, because that 10-year looks really interesting. There's a couple of 10-year visas, and one of them is a long residency, something or other. And it isn't like you got to, have 1 million US dollars in the bank, but you got to have 3 million baht, if I'm reading everything right, here in Thailand in the banks. It doesn't have to be there, I don't think, forever. Just in the banks for a year or something. I think you might have to own something. I don't know that for sure. Like I said, I got to read it. It's only 2 pages. It's sitting on the printer over there. I just wanted to go over it with my wife, because I don't like to give any misinformation. But it sure looks like something that I might be interested in, because I'm lazy with my self-stirring mug. To not have to do it once a year would be nice. Even though it's only one day, and I say, if you're retired, what the hell is one day out of 365? Which it isn't a big deal. But it is something to I want to check into and see. Sorry, got a message. But I'll do that afterwards. I'll actually have a topic, which Tommy J had told me that I should be doing topic stuff a long time ago. Maybe they won't be every time, but that one I thought was a good one, because that's something that's actually feasible. Because what is that? Even with the exchange rates, that's under 100 grand in the bank here, and the rest of the stuff. They wanted the norm. I think the only thing that was weird, that I don't know if it was here, is that here in Thailand, it seemed like they were still asking for a background check, and then of course that you don't have syphilis and elephantitis and whatever it is, the normal stuff. But above that, it wasn't really like way out in left field, like just give us 200,000 baht and you can stay for a while. It looked pretty good to me. So I'll try to read it and do a little bit of educating myself on it, and then after Songkran we'll bring it up, because there might be people here that could swing that, and Bobby being one of them. I don't know if you're still in here, Bobby, but I thought about you. Hey, Sambit, Kenny, how are you? Happy Songkran. Due to the scotch, what did I miss? I was rambling again. Greeny did a great video. Was that the same one, Tommy, or was it a different one? Because there's more than one 10-year. There's a 10-year that you've got to have $1 million and $80,000 a year in income and blah 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 blah. And then there's this one, which is totally different. Because of his, and I didn't watch his video. Sorry, Greeny, if you ever watch me, but and I will probably go and watch it now. I was in the understanding that, and when I looked it up the first time, that's what I saw. $1 million owning property here, and $80,000 a year income. This one was different. I should go over to the deal now that we've started talking about it. I should get it. But if you know, you might know off the top of your head if you watched it, Tommy, whether it was that one or not. But I'm thinking it was the one that you have to make 80,000, show 80,000 a year in income. And a lot of people, maybe they make that, but do they necessarily want to show it, as income in the States? Even though I know that you're supposed to show everything. Just guessing, a what if type deal. They might not want to show it, I think we're going to try to get the LTR next time around. What's an LTR? When people hit me up with abbreviations, Bobby, they don't register in my mind. Same thing with emojis. That one crying, that one smiling, I don't. I'm horrible. So, hey, brother, how you doing? Good morning to you, Chris. And I say good morning because Chris is somewhere here in Thailand. So, good morning to you. Let's see. I don't know if Tommy answered me or not. Did you, Tommy? You probably did. I didn't. Hey, Gator. How you doing, Mr. Jake? Jake's going to be here soon, too. And I didn't stop and say you should subscribe to Sampit and Kenny's deal if you're interested in all. In fact, I'm going to go back and watch some of them because it's hard for me to watch all of them, especially when they're 20, 30 minutes, and I got Chuck's and I got Joe's and I got a lot of people that I watch, and I'm going to have to slim back on it. But the land, I still want to get a condo overlooking the water somewhere, and then but also my mother-in-law went and secured the 2 rai in Nitnoy's name or something, whatever. She just got back from Ubon 2 days ago, yesterday, something like that. And we're going to go there after Songkran and look at it and see. But we're going to need to raise the land right now if we plan on building, in a year, come February, March of next year. So I got to go there, and then I'm going to also have, and I think one of them that I watched on yours, did you or did you not use the dirt that, because it's got one tilapia pond on it, but I want to dig another one. And I think you use that to either put an embankment around it or used it to raise part of your land. But, I mean, if not, they have it all over the place. But if you guys haven't, please subscribe if you're interested in building. Even if you're not, give them some support. Let's see. If I miss somebody, I'll show George saying hi. Or gorgeous, I should say. Due to Scotch, I'm typing slow. Okay, that's not a problem. The LTR visa requires 800,000 or 80,000. Yeah, And Bobby, there's a different one, and we could talk about that if we meet up this weekend. If like we're supposed to on Saturday, I think Tom Thailand Digital Nomad is coming through town with his family and spending a couple of days here in Surin. So I imagine that we will. But this other one doesn't state that unless I'm way out in left field and totally miss the point. It yeah, just 80, but you don't have to bring it over. Just prove 80K a year. Yeah, but this one didn't have that. In fact, if I could catch my wife, as I affectionately call her, I just real quickly look at it because we're sitting here rambling about it. Maybe I can catch her, and because I know I saw them both. Uh, Hello from the Filipino. I'm not going to butcher your name, but Joex. Joex? Is that close enough? If you guys aren't subscribed, uh, the genre from the Philippines, especially the Filipinas, just fantastic people. Fun stuff to watch. A lot of karaoke and good content. Good. Should you go with this guy? Should you do this? Not necessarily on her channel. I don't know. I haven't watched enough. But all that genre, good people. So if you guys aren't, please do me a favor and subscribe. Yes, 80,000. You're not required. Yeah, and this one, God, I wish I had it, and if I could catch her. Hey, Noi, Noi. Is that screaming at you guys? Probably loud in the microphone, right? She was just here just a second ago. Everybody's saying hello to each other, which is awesome always. Yeah, this one's different. I don't know. I'll bring it. I'm going to try to get it here, and we'll look real quick. But okay, I'm caught up. All right. So, and if I remember right, it wasn't there. It was background check, all the normal stuff, and I think it was 300. I mean, yeah, 3 million Thai baht in the country, but not for the 10 years. Only for like a year and some other stuff. It wasn't anything way out of line, you know. So it interested me. It caught my eye real quick. Hey Jack, how you doing? Uh, Actually, yeah, that's it there. Long term, I think that's it, right? Jake, is that the one that doesn't show the 80,000 a year? God, I wish I could do that. I should just move the deal and go get it, and then we'd know for sure. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn off my camera for a minute, take off my headset. I'll be right back. Try not to leave. Hey, baby. Hope everybody's still here. Okay. No, we didn't lose one person. Okay, it's called a non-immigrant visa O-X long stay 10 year. On November, let's see, blah, 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 blah. Okay, applicants' qualifications, 50 years and over. Application applicant must hold a passport from one of these countries: the U.S., Sweden, Canada, United Kingdom. Most of the big ones are there. Financial qualifications: owner must have money deposited in a Thai bank located in Thailand with the amount of not less than 3 million baht, or applicants must have monthly deposits, blah, 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 blah. 1.8 million baht, in Thailand over 3 million baht. So there's another way to do it. Um, the money in and must be kept in the bank account at least 1 year before withdrawing. So it has to sit in the bank for a year before you can withdraw it. And within another next year, the money must be left in in the account with the amount of not less than 1.5 million baht and can only be spent in Thailand. Now, how they're going to determine that, I don't know. Applicants must have no formidable, no elephantitis, syphilis, um, that type stuff. Applicant must have medical insurance during their stay in Thailand, uh, per the approval of the Office of Insured. God, anyway, Thailand office, um, and medical claims for at least 40,000 baht for inpatient and must not less than 400,000 baht, which I think is a cheap one, and I'll look at the comments afterwards. Required documents. Passport must be valid for at least the next 6 months for travel. Three forms of photography. Let's see. Three application forms and three photographs, 4 by 6 centimeters, taken within the last 6 months. One biograph and financial evidence. Certificate of bank deposit stating blah 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 blah. Certificate, or it gives a couple of things. Visa fee. The visa fee is 10,000 baht is what it looks like. But you guys can find this on the. I got it off of the government deal, but it's called a non-immigrant visa, and then O-X long stay 10 year. But and then it goes into spouse and children. A copy of the applicant's, let's see, stipulating the insurance deal, and see, it also said county applicants, the diseases and the criminal record it's asking for too. So I don't know what else today. Oh, I guess I printed 2 copies of it. So if anybody wants one, just stop by my house or in Surin. Anyway, who did I miss here? CJ, how you doing? Sorry, I didn't think anybody was going to show up today. Who else did I miss? Miss. Let's see. Jake, and just saying hello. Having a good day to Jake. Take care. Oh, Mitch, leave? Okay, sorry. Mark in Thailand saying hello. And who else is here that I miss? Oh, there's one. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. If you guys had any questions about or weren't even listening to me when I was reading, just remember that Q-X long stay 10 year. But they never mention anything. The 3 million baht, but like I said, it reads kind of weird. But after a year, I mean, you could take out half of it, so you only got 1.5, and then if you use that, I guess you've got to prove somehow that, which would be easy for me because I would just show it as, payment for the house payment or the car payment or whatever. It'd be easy for me. And I think it would be easy for Bobby too. Is Bobby still here? Or did I put him to sleep? Sorry. I probably put him to sleep. I think I saw. Oh, I did see. Hey Ryan, how you doing? So I don't know. I thought that was a pretty good deal. You guys can, see what you think. Simple record. You won't be applying. When you accept it, it's much easier on you, Bobby. Yeah, let's see. We have a construction day off or 3. Welcome to Thailand. Oh, that's right. Songkran, man. Ain't no one gonna work. But we'll be getting together, I guess. I don't know. After this, I'll get a hold of you. Um, Let me see. Am I done with my self-stirring cup that I got for Songkran? Now I need this. I've been waiting to drink. Maybe out of respect for Traveler's 44th wedding anniversary, I should put a little scotch in there just to just to knock off the festivities. Um, it's much easier. It doesn't bother me at all anymore, Bobby. You know, it's different though. I was saying that because I was who was I talking to? I was talking to Chris and about um, building in Ubon on the Tuberai. It would be different this time around because I'm not waiting to get in there. And see, Bobby's in the same position I was. It's tougher when you're, well, you told me 6 months and now we're going on a year. What the shit? It gets a little, especially when you're not a Sabai Sabai, Thai man from Surin, which I'm supposed to be according to my wife. Um, but I think it would be easier doing it that way. Um, you know, I would think anyway. We'll find out because we are going to build there. Don't let this. This could be a troll. We don't know until we click on it. Yeah, yeah, it's a troll. Did you want to come in, or were you just waiting?
I'm glad I put on a shirt, Dave.
If you didn't have a shirt on, I wouldn't have clicked you. But you don't have to if you don't want to. You can come in later.
Oh,
'Cause I'm not going to
I'm
be.
I'm here
Uh,
now. I mean, we're match
right?
almost. You got your what is
Yeah,
that? You got your Joker
yeah.
shirt on. I got my little.
This, yeah, this one I like. This is one of the ones that my wife gets. These shirts that I was telling you about that are awesomely thick and uh, these. I think they're $15. She gets them here, and I think these are. You can't be any bigger than me, and I think this is a 3X in this
Yeah,
size,
and
whatever it comes from.
I've been going around talking to a bunch of the people that came here to live, and I was actually putting a list of. Oh, you heard it the other day, putting a list together of crap, and that's always been one of them. Is for people like me, you, Daz, everybody that's kind of larger in stature, we say fluffy. Um, it's it's hard to find clothes here because I'd go down to the Soy Boy Cow market and get those shirts for 200-300 baht, and they fit nice, but you wear them one or two or three times, and they just disintegrate. I bought some regular T-shirts like I have on now, and like you have on. I think on
Right.
about the third day I put them on. I went to take it off, and I reached back like this to pull it, and the
Pull
whole
it.
shirt just ripped. And I was like, well,
Well, we're
it's
gonna.
good while it
Well,
lasted.
I don't think we're gonna get a hold of this guy. I thought maybe I was gonna get a hold of him before Songkran. So it's gonna be after. This is on the shirts. But I think you gave me.
Big bones.
Yeah, you. I've got what I've got in here is I've got what was it? 18. I'm gonna get 24 shirts, and the reason I'm saying this is I'm curious on how these are gonna be. These are polo shirts. It's actually this
It
shirt here. Let me
is it the
and
same
I
guy
and
that
I
everybody's using? I really hadn't been paying
no, this is a
attention.
Robert. I'm imagining it's the same material and the same
Hmm.
shirt, but mine's a different guy. Mine's
Okay,
a uh, mine's a different guy. But let
where
me
is he
see if
at?
my guy. I don't know. My wife is doing it. So let me cancel that. I went on the
I was going to
wrong.
say because if you're ordering from the same guy in Patty, I said I was just going to go run by the shop and go throw a shirt on and take a picture and say this is what they look like.
This is the one now. I'm still wait. Well, this one doesn't have the this one. Uh, this is basically what it's going to be like, except I was going to change the pictures. Now these are the polo shirts. I don't know. I'm hoping it's showing right. I didn't
Yeah,
go over. Okay, it's showing. Um, it. I'm curious to see how they're going to be, but I am going to order them. I'm guessing on the thing. But are you on here? Did you put a thing in?
I don't think I did. I've been pretty lazy lately, or not lazy. I've been jammed full with stuff.
See, Mitch says he's a. Let's see, Maui's a 3x. Mitch says he's a 5. The on the one which I didn't. If you go to my page real quick, and then maybe you can tell me now. I'll write it in right now, Ryan. But on mine,
What
if I go,
whatever Daz went with, I'll do the same.
okay, let's see. Daz was a 6XL.
Okay, maybe I'm
So
going with 5X with Mitch.
yeah, I'll tell you the size right now. Let me just do this real quick, and I'll on my community page. Let's see. The 4XL is a 50 around the chest, so a 5XL would be 52, and a 6XL would be 54. So that's the way they're. And the guy says he has them all the way up to 8, and he's not charging me anything. I think until 6, 7, and 8, which I don't care about. That doesn't make a difference to what we're doing. But yeah, so I don't know. So rather than I was going to have him put the other Santa Claus on it, but I think if he's already got this done, I might just have him just do it with that. The baseball guy's pretty cool too, so I'm going to
Right.
do that. But I'll put you. Oh, I forgot to put you in here. So what do you want? 52 or 54 inch around your chest, you think?
Let's go 54.
Okay, Ryan.
I'm not due for a breast reduction for a while.
XL. All right, cool. So yeah, so that's 19. And what the guy's giving me is he's giving me 12 a dozen, I get one free. So I'm going to buy 2 dozen, so I'll get 24, 25, 26, and we're only at 19. So I'll still have some for people that, didn't go onto the community page
Yep.
and do that. But,
Morning, Robert.
and is Robert here? I didn't see Robert. Let me go back to catch up, which I'll never catch up.
I think it was yesterday. We all were at V's memorial, and it was me, Mitch, Daz, Brian Flowers, and I forget who else was standing there. And you were looking around, and I think someone made a comment. They're like, "Jesus Christ, this could be a starting offensive line."
I bet. I bet. Yeah, I felt for him too. And it really, from the very beginning, I don't know. I was kind of thinking in my mind, would I do that? And no, I would have never done that. I would have never brought it. Just me personally, I would have never brought it onto YouTube. I would have just said my girlfriend's sick, and when she passed, I would say she passed, and do it. But he handled it quite well, and I could have never done that. I could have
Yeah,
never done what he did, both mentally and because I know the exact state of mind that he was in. Because from the first time that I saw her, I'm going, I hate to be, not optimistic or whatever, but man, she's probably not gonna
that
weather the storm.
that pancreatic cancer. We talked about it a while back. I've only known one person to successfully fight it, and it was a guy at work, and we all did the same thing. We're sitting there going, "Oh my God, we're going to have to really monitor Steve because this is going to turn
Yeah,
out bad." And luckily, she's still kicking to this day. And when you talk about a different outlook on life, because I can remember when I took an early retirement and said I was coming out here, he's one of the people that called me up and said, "Man, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? You're young, you're this, you're that. What are you doing?" And I said, "Steve, you of all people shouldn't be, asking this question." He's like, "What?" I said, you know, you've told me, get out there and live because you don't know how much time you've got left, this, that, the other, make every, that whole stop, smell the roses, make every day count. I said, and that's what I'm doing. I said, I'm just sitting here burning, spinning my wheels, this, that, the other. And as soon as I basically broke it down to him, he said, "Man, best of luck to you. We love you. If anything happens, we're here for you. Come back and all that stuff. But yeah, go live your life then." And he was
right.
behind, a few people at work reached out and some people, because when, stuff happens like that, it's not normal for somebody at 40 years old to
Well,
say, time out, I'm done. F y'all.
right,
I'm
exactly.
selling
That's
everything and
true.
moving to Thailand.
That's true. That's true. Now, in like the one that I know of, whenever you hear the word pancreatic cancer, you think of what's his name,
Patrick
Dirty
Swayze.
Dancing or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, and what 6 months? It's a death sentence,
Yeah.
And the one that I know went over 4.5 years, and she
Hmm.
was amazing. It was my wife's brother's first wife, but was one of those deals that they got divorced when they were young. They were high school sweethearts, and they stayed friends
Right.
forever. Every party Carol was at, she was a great lady, great lady. My nephew, my favorite nephew's mother,
Hmm.
and she was amazing, man. I remember because she had it for like 2 years, and then my brother-in-law got the kidney cancer, and he died 6 months later before she did, a full year before she did. And she's over there wanting to hear about hospice and how do I
Right.
do that. She had a whole book, man. My wife, she died. My wife was there, and she was like, "Okay, this is where this is. This is what you do here. Do this to the kids, then do
Hmm.
this after that," and had the whole thing laid out for them. She was
Yeah.
an amazing, amazing woman. But and I saw a thing from Jake. It wasn't so much. He said it was a big. She was a big part, and he did a tribute to a
Right.
tribute. I would have done maybe updates. Never with. This is my personal
Right.
deal.
Right.
I'm not saying who's right or wrong. I wouldn't have showed her. I would have said she's having a good day, a bad day, and went on with my YouTube deal. And then at the end, of course, she was a part of it, going in.
Right.
But that's just my personal deal. But she
Here's
seemed perfectly happy with it because
right,
she was
and
always
here's
in good spirit. So,
and here's my personal take on it. I'm kind of conflicted because I like to be private in some things as well. Like if it was my family or my mother or something like that, they would have been like, get that camp. They don't want any type of recognition. They like being in the
right, right,
shadows in the background. They don't like any, with us with funerals, there's no funerals, there's no wake, there's no nothing. It's, you know, um, basically cremation, bless the grave, throw you in the water, throw you in the, a site, and 15 minutes later, everybody, let's go, we'll go get something to eat, go party.
right,
But then there's the other side of it brings recognition to the illness and to the cause. Like if everybody that got cancer was just silent and quiet about it, we wouldn't think about it. It kind of raises awareness for it. And if the person's comfortable, like take Steve Gleason, the former New Orleans Saints player, who's got Lou
right,
Gehrig's disease right now. He's been very public about it. They did a documentary on it, and one of his big reasons was I want to show people what this disease does so it brings awareness to it so we can get more research, more money, so we can find a cure so no one has to go through what I'm going through.
right. And that, my cousin had it, so in
Yeah.
case people don't know, it's when you want to really hex somebody that you really, really, really hate, you want them to get Lou Gehrig's disease. It's the
Yeah.
most. I've never seen anything that bad. You go from totally like we're talking right now to only
Hmm.
being able to move your eyes, and you're supposed to have totally your brain isn't supposed to be affected, which is bullshit because my cousin's brain wasn't affected because of that. But when you're laying there facing death, it screws with your head. I don't give a shit who
Right.
you are. It
Eh,
doesn't. It doesn't make a difference. But see,
yeah.
in her case, it was now if she had her own YouTube channel, or maybe she did say, "I want everybody to know. I want everybody to see
Hmm.
me." I don't know. I don't know that. But if it was up to me, I don't think I would have done it that way. It's just me.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think the lady was because I've been watching. I haven't really commented on any of his stuff in a long, long time, but I've been watching Lucas since he started his channel.
Hmm.
I've been following him to before V and everything. And it's just But when I saw it, I'm just going, man, he is so screwed in my brain. I'm going, man, I know what I went through, and it just totally sucks. But
Yeah.
God bless him and her too. Like I said, I never saw. Don't get me wrong. I never saw like, oh my God, why would he do that? She was always waving with the mask on. Whether she looked sunken in or whatever, she was,
Hmm.
smile on her face. So she was happy to do it, and maybe
Right.
that was her intention.
Hmm.
People need to see this. People need to know what's going to happen what's gonna and when you look at it that way, sure, but it just would be different, I think, if it would have been the Ride for Kicks V show. She was a big part of the show, but she wasn't like the
Right.
main character in it,
Yeah.
in his thing. But up to him. But I felt bad for him. How long did it last? Because when I saw his thing coming up there, he said
I
it's
think
not
he
going to be
said
very long. And
4 or 5 months.
no, no, the little thing he had at the that you guys went to yesterday, like a couple
Um,
hours, an
I
hour or
wouldn't
something.
even say an hour.
Yeah,
I
he
know.
said just people to come up to sign the book. He was going to do a
Mhm.
eulogy, and then
Right.
everybody could go.
And that's
So
pretty much happened. I think they actually filmed it. His speech. He actually, Lucas was a nice public speaker, so he said
right,
some nice words, and her family was there, and he had a lot of people show up. Like he said, from her classroom, or she went to school for English, so he had some Thai ladies there from all that, but he kind of touched on. I've never really looked at what a Thai funeral is or how it works here in Thailand. I know it's different than in the West.
yeah, I've been to
Basically,
a few.
the body will lay in state, as we would say, for a few days at the
Yes,
temple, and each day the monks go in 6 or 6:30, say the
yes.
prayers, because from what was explained, she's not going to be cremated until Friday, so it's
Yeah, and their
still
their cremation isn't anything like ours either.
no,
They
no,
burn
no.
them right there at the temple.
Yeah,
And what they do is they collect the bones that are left, and they put
right.
those in those. I forget the name of them. The one that I did, we bought a bigger one for my wife's
Hmm.
grandmother and stuff, or aunt. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I
So
forget. Brock knows that. I don't think Brock's here, but Brock knows the name of them. I can never remember. So it's a little bit different, but it is quite a. So
right.
I've only been to, Irish and Italian wakes, which are let's party it, that part's over, let's cheers, and have a good time. And that's why I say when I went to my mom's, it was her celebration of life. And I think that's a good way to look at it, when you're
Right.
when you're doing that. I think the Irish and the Italians have a better grasp on eating and getting hammered, but they
Well,
do have a good time. Hey Tim, how you doing?
what I was brought into, when I was working, someone had hired a detail for a repass, and I'm going, man, what the heck is a repass? A repass, repass. Well, apparently the wake is before the funeral, then you have the funeral, then after the funeral, you have a repass where you go in to celebrate life, drink this, that, the
Right.
other, food, big party, stuff like that. And I was working that, and they of course fed me, good soul food, very good
Right.
soul foods. And I was talking to everybody, and they were explaining it all to me. And I said, "Well, the hell with everything else. When I go, just have to repass." And they're like, "Well,
Yeah,
some people
exactly.
do that. There's
And
no wake.
that's
There's
what
no."
we did with my mom. So now
Mhm.
normally in a Catholic deal, and I don't know if they did it because I wasn't there. The Catholics are you. Uh, First of all, they never believed in until recently cremation, and my
Correct.
mom had changed her way because you're supposed to have the body there because Christ is going to come and everything's going to come
Right.
up
Right.
and you're going to blah blah blah. And so they have the viewing at night. Everybody goes, the casket's open. You go up there, say hi, hi, whatever. Then I believe the next day they have the mass, and then after the mass they carry it to the graveyard or whatever, and they do the burial, and then usually after that they have the party. I mean, I don't know. I can't say
Dave,
anything more than
I
party.
had 13 years of Catholic school education. That crap has been beaten to my
Yeah,
brain,
me.
literally
I
beaten
went.
to my
I only
brain. So,
went. I only went when I was 12, 11, and 12. I went to St. Joseph the Worker. So I know what the ruler is and how they're beaten across my knuckles. But it was really funny because the Mother Superior loved me.
mhm.
There was one kid, there was a couple of kids that were picking on a one of the kids there, his father had told him, when you die, worms come in and eat your body. So kids had found that out, so they took a bunch of rubber bands, cut them out, and they would chase the kid around. So she came to me and she said, "You're now his bodyguard." And I said, "Okay, what can I do and what can I do?" This is when I'm 12, right? She said, "You can do anything you want." I said, "So if they don't heed my warning, I can do whatever. She goes, yeah, do whatever you want. Well, she only said that one time, and the one kid got pummeled, and I got brought up in front. She goes, geez, Dave, I didn't, know that you were gonna, bloody him up in the schoolyard at 12 years old. So she let me go outside the playground to pick up the papers, and you knew something was different about her. And I found out years later she ended up getting married and leaving the nun deal, and I don't know whatever happened to her after that. But I liked her. She was pretty cool, and the
Yeah.
kid got through it all, But and I did, I guess, obviously. But after that was during the same period that I was, because I didn't want to go to school. I needed to go to a psychiatrist and stuff. So, it was an interesting part of my life. But yeah, so I don't know. Hey, God bless the lady. I thought she was awesome. Him too. I mean, I couldn't do it. Even if she wanted me to, my wife or my girlfriend,
Hmm.
I don't think I would be capable of keeping my emotions in check. During any time. And I know when I saw the last one that he said where she had passed the other day, he teared up a little bit. And like I said, if my wife would have sat there and the last week when I really found out she was going to die, and said, "Oh my God, I'm going to die," and crying, I would have lost it. I would have went
Right.
outside, blown my brains out, have done something. And she knew that too. She was an amazing woman, also. And I think I seen one tear come out of her eye. Said, I know exactly where I'm going. I'm not afraid. Um, you know, and she told her sister, "I'm more afraid. What the hell is Dave going to
Yeah.
do without me?" And which was a good
He's going to go
statement.
to Costa Rica and
Yeah,
Thailand.
exactly, exactly. She was a good woman. Like I said, 20. The first two were 9 months, and then she was. I was with her 30 years. We were married for 27, and now Nipnoy, she's running a close second now at almost 3.5 years now. So it it's amazing. But I'm not going anywhere. Like I said, I feel bad for some people that have gotten burned or whatever, from Thai women or from Asian women. But hell, I got burned twice in the U.S. from American women.
Yeah.
So it's not an Asia thing, It's
Yeah.
what you put yourself, the situation you put yourself in. You can control your destiny, what you're going to do with your life. I just got lucky. I mean, if it happened to me, what is happening to Gorgeous and stuff, man, first of all, I'd be in total amazement because I'd be in shock,
Hmm.
that this is actually even happening. So my wife's going out to the pool, big blow up stuff, and the kids, I imagine, are going in the pool. But yeah, so I don't know. I give him kudos on being able to do it. Isn't what I would do, you know, just personally. But she was a strong one, man. That, like I said, I've been waiting my whole life to go into the doctor. I wake up at night sometimes. I just went in the doctor's office. You got 6 months to live. Have a good time because if I get I've been figuring I'm going to get cancer ever since I was 35 years old. When you're
Hmm.
smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day, it's a pretty good indication that you might have to battle cancer. At some
Um,
point.
yeah,
But
but you hit your nail on the head. You said the doctor said you're going to give you 6 months to live, not till you're going to die soon. What is that old saying? You can get busy. It was
yeah,
in Shawshank Redemption. Either you get busy living or
living,
something
yeah.
dying.
Well, you know what it is it's just that I will, after seeing my wife, if it's a
Oh,
curable.
time out, Dave. We got the chats in here. Bobby saying, Ryan, tell Dave he gets to babbling and misses everything. Andrew will meet us later. You also miss Nikki Dunn, which I'm pretty impressed with because I know Nikki's. It's got to be like three
Is
thirty
it?
in the
Yep.
morning. She
Yeah.
said that
It's
buddy woke her up. I don't know if
okay.
she's
He'll
still
meet
here. She's
us
probably
around,
went back to
and I'm
sleep.
imagining. I'm imagining he's talking about Saturday. And Nikki is always she's up and down. I think what it is she's got to take Buddy out to pee.
Well,
So
no,
sometimes
that's what she
she's
said.
waking.
Buddy had woke her up. So
Yeah.
what she probably did is she probably took
Hey,
Buddy
Andrew.
out and then went and laid back in bed and couldn't get to sleep and said, "Oh, let me
Hey,
turn
Mike.
on these two knuckleheads. They're going to put me to sleep quick."
Yeah, exactly. That'll do it. But I guess what the biggest thing, after seeing her, If it's a curable cancer, I will try probably to do it for my wife. If it's not, if it's a terminal, I'm gonna die, pancreatic, small cell lung cancer, whatever it is, I ain't taking none of
Right,
their
right.
poison.
Poison.
So that ain't gonna happen. But I've thought about it now, even because now I'm affiliated kind of with YouTube. What do you just keep on going with YouTube until I'm 86 pounds and can barely speak into the microphone? What do you do? So I don't
Green
worry about
screen.
anything anymore. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Here, this is what I do.
Happier days, Dave.
There,
Happier
there we
days.
go. Now
There
I
you
look
are.
exactly the same as as I did. But I am. I'm a happy man. I could die tomorrow, and have absolutely no complaints. I would feel for this one. She really wants me to hang out for a while. God knows why, but
Dave,
she wants me
I
to
tell
hang.
you,
So
I tell you, like I tell a lot of people, don't worry about your wife. They're nice, sweet women. They'll find somebody else, no problem.
easily, easily, because she'll be set up for the rest of her life. So
Yeah,
she'll have her choice. They'll be in
yeah, she'll be
line.
able to pick.
But I do. She wants me to, and I do want to hang. Like I said, unless I just if I'm in diapers and can't drooling, don't know what day it is. I think it's time to go. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it Nikki's birthday? I seen. Is that the second time that Jake has done that, or somebody's done, or maybe it was Joe that said happy birthday? Is it your birthday, Nick? Are you still awake, or did you go
I
to
should probably
sleep
back
like
to
you
sleep. It
should?
appears that I've had too much Scott. I'm going to bed. Good thing I fed my wife earlier. Good night, all.
Oh, that's Traveler. Yeah,
Traveler.
he's been on the Scotch. He had what did he say? Celebrated his 44th year wedding anniversary.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
awesome,
As long as
awesome.
I've been alive.
Yeah, I know, no kidding.
That's like a
And I was,
prison sentence.
oh man, with the wrong woman, hell yeah, it's a prison sentence. I mean, 9 months with the wrong woman was a prison sentence to me. Thank God I found the one that I put on my arm. She put up with a lot of shit, man. I feel bad on that deal too. We had a good 3 or 4 years. The last year we had a good time. Don't get me wrong. We had a good life, but the last 3 or 4 years she was trying to get through to me that I love you, but you're just not a good person. You need to you need to you know curve your language. I've got the my church group coming over, and you're f this f that and stuff, and I'm so she was trying to help me, and she did. She made me a better man, no doubt. And this one took over where she left off, and please sabai sabai, and because you don't know what YouTube is a totally different animal to me. If I didn't know anything about YouTube, and this was the first time that I was on, and I had trolls coming at me, threatening me with bodily harm, with injuring me, it would
Mhm.
be retaliation the next day, and it would be taken care of and over. And I had to. My wife said, "No, this is they're just barking dogs. They're nobody." And who else helped me with troll stuff was James. Just
Yeah.
delete them, put them on down the road. And now, since I've had that mentality, I actually have a better deal. In fact, I've got to put my address in there, and I've told them all before. Where my wedding was. I pinned the deal. Anybody can find me anytime you want to. I'm here usually most of the day. Come on down. Don't threaten. You should actually act out on what you're thinking in your mind. If you got the balls for it, I've got the time. So,
Yeah. What I've learned is it's like anything. People just want attention. Like some people
yeah,
are validated by whatever attention they get, whether positive or negative. So what I try to do is just try not to pay attention to it at all. Like
yeah,
I don't
that's the
even
way I need to
acknowledge
be.
it. I
Even
don't say,
now, I
well,
shouldn't. I shouldn't
it's
be.
if it's
Even
like
now, I shouldn't be.
it's like they're living rent free in your head. I've told that to a few people. I said, man, that guy's got a permanent rent free spot in your head. Um,
Exactly.
and I'm like,
Exactly. And there's some
so,
out there that
so
are
what does
just
he say?
nasty.
I said, until he's here in person, barking. I said, if he's online doing that, he's over there. Let him be over there. I don't care. Just I
It's
really
been pretty good. We got a couple the last one that I done, but they've been and like I said, it's best not to. I shouldn't even be talking about them now. It's just
it's
that
Mitch, by the
I
way.
just
I
you just I'm trying. I was just trying to validate that a lot of them. One in particular from a long time ago. Haven't heard anything out of the man's. I shouldn't even call him a man. Out of his mouth. But at that point, it was like threaten, 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 and then all
Hmm.
of a sudden, when okay, this needs to be. It's just YouTube. I'm just trying to do this. This is just for content. No, no, no. You're liable for what comes out that pie hole,
Right.
and you're threatening a man. So I guess it doesn't matter on YouTube. I've seen a couple of them have been, taken out and, had actually gotten in fights. It's like, it's
Hmm.
freaking YouTube. What do I do that is so threatening to anybody that they would want to
You're
hurt
happy.
me?
You're
Yeah, I
happy.
guess
It's
so. I
jealousy.
guess so.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. They don't come on down.
As
Davidson.
most of the people here know, and you know because you've been there before, we do the Sunday live stream when we can,
Right.
and usually it's Mitch and I, and you stopped in a few other people. And it was like the first week, they had a couple trolls show up, and they were basically mocking Mitch for the most part, and I was laughing. I was sending them private messages, going, "It's you, buddy. It's you." I said, because I've never had this before. And what the funny thing is I actually put there, highlighted the comment, put it up there, and it was a mean attack. They were making fun of
Sure.
Mitch, and and throwing a shot at me as well. I laughed at it. I
Right.
generally laughed because I didn't know who it was. I thought we talked about that yesterday, Mitch and I, for a while, about a particular individual that has comes across very bad. I said what the bad thing is with writing in the comments. I said I've got a warped sense of humor and I'm very dry witted. I said so I have to really watch myself on what I type in there because people that don't
Right.
know me are going to
Right.
go, who is this asshole? Oh, we've got another troll. Which I'm going, no, 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 no. I know this person very well. This is how we joke around. This is locker room talk. So I have to tone it down big time. I don't think everybody understands that, and then some people are just more sensitive than others. Some people don't get the jokes, and you can't tell anybody's tone through writing sometimes, or they don't know how to write.
Right.
Um,
And it
because if
is.
I
It
said,
doesn't. Like I had
if
said
I
on
sat
here.
here right now and you can hear me and I said, "Hey, Dave, I think you're an ugly piece of shit," you're going to sit
Right.
there and
Right.
go, "Well, F you, Ryan." But if I write it down in
Right.
the chat, you're going to be like, "Man, who's this guy? Why is he calling me an ugly man? That's some harsh
Right.
stuff."
Right.
So,
Don't know anybody, and they think.
you
I
know,
guess because they see either you or they see me on YouTube, and it's like, oh, I can say whatever I want to. I
mm,
watch this guy, But it doesn't. It's just weird because like I said on this channel especially, uh, all the moderators, I have a lot of moderators. They watch out for me. They care
right,
about me.
right.
Me, I don't. If somebody comes on, as long as they're not nasty, nasty, they can boy. Hey, you're not full of shit. You're not right. I don't think you're right. That's fine. I'll take
Hmm.
criticism like that all day long. Now you want to call me a fat bastard and Santa Claus? I'll probably even take that in stride because I am a fat bastard. But I won't take that. So, but you want to threaten my wife or call my wife
Right, right.
names or call my friends names? Tell you the truth, I get more aggravated when people go after people that are my friends than I do myself.
Yeah.
So, but you're absolutely right. I should stop talking about it now because we're giving them airtime,
Well,
even though no one
Randy says he thinks you're Charles Manson on steroids.
trying to stay on it.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can I have the speaker?
What do you want? Oh, the speaker.
Thank you.
Is everybody in the pool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for you.
Sounds like you're going in the pool.
Yeah, I probably am. I'm gonna probably. How long has it been? That's been an hour anyway. Hey, Ralph, how you doing? I usually get what, but this was interesting when you. Well, you've got a ways to go to be 50, but I'm gonna bring this with when I go and see Bobby. Although he could just print it off the
I
internet too. But
put
I
the
thought it was
actually
quite interesting.
I
You
shared the
know.
link as well. I know Daz and Greeny were talking yesterday, and Daz was talking to Greeny about it. Greeny's doing his due diligence, and I'll get there's some people that I'm like, oh, don't listen to this one, don't listen to that one. But knowing how Greeny is, and he's a
Mhm.
stickler for the rules, and he's a stickler for everything.
Right.
because him and I have talked about stuff, and he'll just shake his head at me because I like living in the gray area, and he's more black and white. And he's one of these. He's a stickler for the rules, so he has done his
Hey,
due
Rob.
diligence to learn about that LTR, and he's actually. Oh, I think he's got it. I'd have to go back and watch
Yeah,
the
but
video, but
that's not this one though, right? That's the other one.
what's that
That's
10-year
not.
LTR?
No, this is the 10-year immigrant visa O-X long stay 10-year. The one he's talking about is the one you gotta show 80,000. You don't have to bring it into the country, but you got to show eighty
Yeah,
thousand
yeah.
a
So
year in
what?
income. This one you don't have to.
No
That's
shit.
why I'm saying his was
Yeah,
different.
yeah. Well,
So,
it's probably under the same. I don't know. They're starting to come out with so much crap now. So,
but like
um,
I said, this one, like I said, besides the 3 million baht, okay, which is just a little bit under 100 grand, 90 grand, whatever it is. But then you can, after a year, bring it down to 1.5. I think it says in here. I have to read it again, and then show that you're not a criminal,
right.
and that you don't have syphilis and elephantitis, and the rest of the stuff's the same.
What if you
Pictures,
got it here though?
passport. What's that?
What if you got it
And ten
here?
thousand. What's that? Is what?
Syphilis and elephantitis. What if you got it here? What if it's Thailand's
Yeah,
fault?
yeah, you brought it here, and it's 10,000 baht. So I don't even know what 10,000 baht is for the visa. That's what, $300 or something like
Yeah,
that. Whatever it is, yeah, I
and you
think
have
it's
to
cheap
be
and reasonable for a
and you have to
10-year
be
visa.
50.
50, yeah.
Yeah.
See,
See,
like in
that
your
was me
case,
and
yeah,
that was me and the customs lady going back and forth when I came in the country last time because she's like, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Well, I'm coming here to visit. I'm retired. Well, you need a retirement visa. No problem. Give me one. Well, you're not old enough. Okay, no problem. Then I'll come in on a tourist visa and I'll bounce around.
that's it.
No, 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 no.
That's it.
But you're retired. You need a retirement visa. Okay, no problem. Give me
Give me
one.
one.
I meet all the criteria except for the age.
Well, the thing that like James did, except that cost a lot of money, was the elite visa, and he did that. Now I'm sure once he's 50, I don't think there's any reason to do the elite,
Some
just throwing your money
people
away.
I've
You know.
known I know two people that are over 50 that have the elite visa, and we talked about it because I asked the same question. I said, "Why didn't you do the retirement visa?" They're like, "We don't want to deal with any of the bullshit of this, that, the other, da 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 da. We just get the elite visa. It's done, and we like the little perks of getting picked up by a golf cart when you get
Right.
off the airplane." I was
Now,
like, "Fair enough."
now, if that's the case, and this is the way that I'm reading it, those people are like me and James. If you've got a few dollars, I bet you could pay any agent, whatever, 10,000 baht, and they'll probably do the whole thing. And now you've got a 10-year, and it costs you 300 instead of 30,000. So
Right,
I think this is going to open up a lot of people that even, like you said, went for it afterwards to be able to do it. Now you've got a 10-year, and it costs you 300 bucks.
right,
So,
right.
well, and whatever you had to pay, for the guy, maybe it cost you 600. But that's a far cry. What is Elite Visa?
Like
It's like
17,000, I think, 16, 17. It just went up again. I remember looking back a while, it was like 400, then five. I think it's 600,000 baht now. Don't quote me exactly.
yeah, I think it keeps
It
going up,
seems like
right?
it goes up every year or so. And
Hey
because
Andy,
that
how
was
you
my
doing?
problem, I looked at it and I went, ain't no freaking way. Ain't no freaking way. For 5 years,
No, no,
17,000, good night. That's a big
yeah,
chunk of money.
yeah, it is. Especially when you consider that if you're really like, I don't know what you budget yourself for, but if you're budgeting yourself for 2,000 a month, that's a whole what? That's a year's living, right?
Easily.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's all relative, the money wise. I think that the best thing I like about Thailand is if you're from the United States and you're 65, 67, and you're collecting Social Security, you still have an option to retire somewhere.
Right, right,
Because if
right.
you're going to get too close to 2 grand, I don't see any reason in the world why you can't live here
The only thing that
in
I see
Thailand.
that would hold somebody back that is coming here in their twilight years, that's 67, 68, is
Right,
if they're on Medicare, Medicaid, whatever it's called, and they come
right.
over here, they're going to have a tough time getting insurance. Because I've got a guy
Yes.
that's here right now that is 77, 78,
Yeah, I
and
heard
he's
70s
getting
like the
he's
beat
getting
up number.
denied left and right.
Yeah.
You know,
And see, I'm lucky. See, now all you got to do is go out and find yourself a very nice Thai lady that works for the government, and I'm covered under her insurance until I croak. So,
I've heard some people say that same exact thing. They're going, man, I need to go find me a gun.
and it's really weird too because um, the way that she explains it to me, if you work for different areas of the government and they don't get the same thing that she gets working for TOTNT, she gets to
Hmm.
go to the private hospital, they reimburse her, she gets money. A lot of the government places don't allow their government employees to do that. They have to go to the government hospital. I don't
Right.
have to, and she doesn't have to. So it's kind of a different, there's
So
different
what you're
areas of
saying
it, but
is we all need to go down to the TOT office and
yeah,
figure
yeah,
out
hang
which
out.
lady is single in there.
Just go, excuse me, can I have your attention, please? I
You're
am
gonna have me.
available.
You're gonna have me showing up at TAT office doing this, going,
That's it. That's it. It is. It's amazing. Like I said, it. You got to find the right one. Relationships. It's really weird because regardless of whose fault, what it is, it's always somebody. It's not just one person. I don't give
mhm,
unless somebody's really trying to rip you off, and I'm talking about a woman now that's maybe half your age. 45. My wife's 43, I think, and I'm 66. But the deal with it, you have to go with. I have to go with the way that I feel about someone, but I don't know, man. I got lucky. I do consider myself the luckiest man in the world, but everything that I learned a long time ago from the very first relationship I had at 12 years old or whatever it was with whatever
with Mother
girl.
Superior.
Yeah, exactly. Um, if you carry the problems unless you fix them to the next one. So it doesn't matter whether you're leaving this woman and then you're going to go with this one, and it's a new relationship, and ooh, let's go. Oh, grass is so green on this. Let's go. All of a sudden, the same problems that you had with this one, now you have with this one. And when she goes, if you don't fix yourself, it goes on to the next one. And if you don't fix that, it goes on to the next one. So it isn't just one person's deal. And that's why when I look at stuff with her, I was, like I said, I wasn't right. Even with my wife, she had to kind of teach me, maybe I didn't want that lowered Ford Expedition that you bought me for my birthday. Maybe I wanted something else. Maybe I didn't want this house in over here. Maybe I wanted a house over here. I never included her in any decision making, and that was a big deal for her, and I guess it would be for a lot of women. So now
Right,
it's like
right.
every time I do something, I ask this one, this is what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to do this, even if it's my money, and I don't consider anything mine anymore. When I married her, everything became our,
Mhm.
deal. So I figure
Well,
I need to tell her, but
you
I
know
don't.
they've got Songkran this weekend. People are in town. Robbie's down there in the
Oh,
middle
that's
of the
right.
shit, as we would call it. He's staying in the hotel down there, and he's invited a few people down. And I kind of told him, in fact, I'll see him later on today, and or in a few hours, and kind of planning on going down and going in to go do all the craziness and stuff like that, and put on a bathing suit, get the water thrown on you. Well, I've got to die, and I don't go out clubbing or bar hopping. One, it's just not me. Two, it's just not. Well, anyway, so she went out the other night because she had a friend that's going back home, and she's like, I'm going out. We're going to go out to the walking street and go to the clubs and everything. I was like, peace, have fun. And
Right.
she's like, all right, you want to come? I was like, no. I said, you go have fun with your friends. I'm not coming with you idiots. I know that one of them's going to be drunk. I'm not going to be there with 3, 4 Thai women and have to be the babysitter. Y'all go have
Yeah,
fun.
no,
Call me if you need something. I'll send the bolts. Well, I was telling somebody, I said, oh, yeah, I just sent her out with her friends to Walking Street. I said, that means Ryan's got a yard pass. So I had to explain what a yard pass was. I said, I can go out now and I'm not going to hear a damn thing about it.
right. And isn't it Robbie who's taken? I know Robbie had said in the last thing that he had a spare room down there that was already bought and paid for. So I know Mitch was was trying to angle towards that too. So that you guys got a place to crash, which is nice
Bolt's
because
not that bad, and it's not that far of a walk. Even back when I was in high school, I can remember going to friends' house. It'd get, about 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock at night. I never had a curfew, and when it was questioned by my parents, they said, Ryan's kind of like one of those horses that wanders up into the mountains. It's going to find its way home at the end of the day before the sun goes down, because we know how he is. And they were 100% right. I'd be at a friend's house and they're like, "Oh, you can just stay here or crash here." I'm like, "So let me get this straight. I can either A, drive myself home to my bed and go sleep in my bed, or B, sleep on your floor. My bed's 10 minutes away. I think I'm going that way.
yeah,
Y'all have fun. Good night."
exactly, exactly. It's just like I said, if I do something and we take the truck out and the kids are in the back and we have a trash can and water and all that stuff and I have the windows rolled up, the doors locked, the air conditioning on, I'll take some video and and otherwise they want to go in the pool, they want to enjoy their house.
Mhm.
They don't get to enjoy their house that often. They're
Yeah,
only
yeah.
here, they're in boarding school in Bangkok. So they're there
Mhm.
most of the time. The only reason that they've been with us a lot over the last 3 years is because of COVID. They closed the schools, and we got them out of there and got them here to Surin, and and took care of them. So it's good to have them around. In fact, I'm going to end this. I'm going to end this now. It's been an hour and 10 minutes longer than I had anticipated, but I want to thank everybody for watching. Let's see. Oh, that's Ron. Hey, Ron. Just what did he say? Just spent the night in John Tim Hospital. Paid
Uh-oh.
cash 18,000. How much would that be in the U.S.?
If you're
Um,
talking about how much medical would be, that'd be like 3,000, I think, for a night in the hospital in the U.S. I
yeah,
hope you're
no,
feeling better, Ron.
yeah, yeah. It was really weird too because when I came out of the 2 months in intensive care and went into the private room in the paid hospital, the good hospital. Well, the government's a good hospital too.
Right.
Um, it was $1,200 or 1,200 baht a night. It was like
Mm.
going to a hotel, and it was
Right.
bigger than a hotel room. It had another bed that my wife could sleep in. It had full bathroom. It had a refrigerator. Had everything that you would expect in there. It was a nice room and private. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, my wife when she passed, she was I think it, when she went from the stage where they gave her the bone marrow, when they gave her the chemo to kill everything in her body, and then gave her the bone marrow, she had no immune system whatsoever, and you're in a positive pressure room. So in other words, nothing can get in. Everything's moving out
Right. Right.
the door, and I had to mask up and go in there. I want to say it was $27,000 a day. And that included the medication, the nurses, everything in there. But I want to say that bill for her was over 3 million. I never added
Wow.
it all up because I didn't have to pay any of it. Thank God. I had Blue Shield, Blue Cross, and everything on her besides her. I had Gap insurance. I got lucky. I bought the right insurance.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
but uh, but I understand everything that everybody's saying here. We'll pick it up in a couple of days, probably after Songkran, and maybe we'll talk about this a little bit more, and maybe we'll talk about. I'll see if I can try to find out some information. I know it's damn near impossible to find decent health care when you're 70, and that, like Ryan was saying, it's it's really really tough. And if you can't, like I said, I don't know. Maybe I ought to start a separate business for. This is not only a gorgeous Thai 42-year-old woman, but she works for the government. And if you're 70, she's ready to take you on. And for a nominal fee,
Governmentemployees.com.
yeah, for a nominal fee, I can make that happen for you.
Yeah.
But you know, but maybe we'll talk about that because it is a big thing, like you said. And the other thing, we talked about between Bobby and me towards the end, and Mitch, and you got your parents. Your parents. You got to
Mhm.
take care of that. I never thought about. When I first moved here, my mom was in good shape. I never thought about that. And then, of course, if you got kids, so maybe we'll pick that up on the next one. But I want to thank everybody for coming. Thanks for coming on, Ryan. I really
No
appreciate it.
problem.
Have fun at your Sokran party.
That's a
And
few days.
and like I said before, and I say it on everything, the intros and the outros for my live streams, Richard Travel's done. And I want to thank everybody for coming. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. And I will catch you on the next one.